I know that I'll be bad at it.
Okay. Alright, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the F1 finale. Um, we are in round 13, the championship is sealed up, and we are in qualifying. So, without further ado, let's jump into the action. Along with me is Value Oxygen. Yeah.
Hey, couple. You say that the championship is sealed up, but we do have a fight between Red Bull and Aston Martin today for P1 and constructors, which is going to be really interesting.
Let's see how it goes.
There's a 20
Because,
point gap. Yep.
yeah, so as of right now, Aston Martin's a P4 and P5.
So Pri, I think, has retired maybe to start last, which will be kind of interesting for the championship. Both SSG Assassin and Darky have to basically pull off a really good race to close the 20-point gap, which should be interesting to watch as a storyline. Also, Dark Knight needs to get just 9 points to beat Aradhya in the championship, which is a 9-point gap right now, which would also be a very good thing to watch out for today. Right now, we're on board with Simple Whitey, who's ending Sector 1, entering Sector 2, going flat out through the section, deploying all his battery. Going into the chicane, he has to brake late and hit the curbs, hit the apex. Nails the first one, nails the second one, on the exit really well. And he's already P1, so it'll be interesting how much he can improve by.
Yeah,
Sonia?
I raced under the name of Racer last time around. Gave us a bit of a doozy, but he's back in his native form. P1 slightly up on his final, but yeah, there's 8 minutes left into the session, so far so good for him. Will he be able to kind of take the reins in the last round just to kind of assert domination? Have to see, but
Apex. We were wrong about him being on a hot lap, but I guess he aborted to go for 2 more runs because you can technically do 3 or 4 runs in quali based on how much time you have.
Yeah, they're talking about hot laps. Looks like Sandeep is all out of juice. It looks to be pushing. I'm not entirely sure. Stick with him.
He's used all his ERS, but he is still pushing right now.
Yep. And Lucky goes P1.
By only 3 tenths, so there is scope for others to beat him. But yes, that's a really good lap, 22.9. As expected, Sandeep backs out of his lap.
Everybody's back after a hiatus. He had a race ban last time around, so couldn't race in Qatar. But yeah, good to see him on the track for the finale.
Be interesting where he finishes because he's doing pretty well in the championship, I think. Is he? Oh no, man. Is there anyone else
Who's
on
on
a
a
hot lap right
I
now?
think yeah, Ritesh is just started his lap. What's the lap? 1600s.
Yeah, he seems to have ERS to deploy on this for the first straight. In F125, the ERS deployment is very important, so it would be interesting how people choose to deploy on their qualifying laps, considering this is a very fast circuit. So you kind of need it everywhere, but you can't have it everywhere because there's no place to recover it in qualifying. So that will actually make the final difference between who comes P1 and P2 in qualifying.
Yeah, all to play for.
As Ritesh enters Sector 3,
The traction
missing
control really kicking in.
missing a few apexes, but still not a bad lap till now. If he can finish this, he should jump up a few spots.
P5. Action back in a second. Just sorting a couple of stuff out in the background. Should be.
So till now,
He's got
Aston Martin have the advantage in this qualifying against Red Bull. Pre and Midas need to do way more to defend their championship for the World Constructors Championship. Oh, as we see Alex in a hurry to start his lap, I guess.
unusual
Oh, he wants to
lights.
get back to the pits. So he's finished his lap.
Yeah.
He wants to get back to the pits, but he should be able to easily, even if he does not cut things. But this is not a good look. But
So the good thing here is that Dark Knight is a couple of tenths ahead from the rest of the pack. Faizan's put in a fantastic second lap.
yep.
He's moved up to P2. That's good to see. But ABD has retired from the session, which is unfortunate. Bree has also prematurely. He's got nothing left to do. But as of right now, there is nobody else on track.
But the times are pretty close, P1 to P7 within 7 tenths, which is not a lot considering they all have the last laps left. And I'm sure a
Yeah.
lot of these people are doing just banker laps and go full out on the last lap. So it'll be very interesting to see who can improve.
Well, we'll have to wait and watch. Yeah, let's see how that pans out.
So everyone just waiting and wanting to go at the absolute end for their last laps. Midas biting first. Oh, I think, yeah. Midas and Tane going out first. Who do you expect to be first couple?
Who do you expect to be pole? I
Yeah,
think it's going to be Dark Knight. I think he's a man on a mission today. But you never know. Sir SSJ Assassin is known for his quality pace. Just comes out of nowhere. So I'll go on board him as he starts. What might be his final lap. But yeah,
yeah,
let's
that
go.
would be his final, I guess. So going down the main straight into turn one, braking very late, hitting the apex and on the exit, almost invalidating the lap. Slightly under the limit over here, but it's still really good. He's improved slightly on his first lap, but that's not bad. So
Yeah,
going down
hugging
the
that
first
line
straight.
there.
Yep.
Must be odd timings for him to race at this point in time. So it must be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in New Zealand. Good to see that dedication.
Oh,
Oh, but
I
he's
think
backed up.
he's aborted. I think he's aborted. Yep. He might have taken more fuel than needed to be able to abort a lap or two, which is smart. That's what some people do.
Yep, nothing else on track, unfortunately. SJ might go again this
And
come next
everyone is
lap.
waiting.
Yeah, it looks like a waiting game.
Oh, everyone has left now. That's so interesting. Now we have 5 people in outlap. The top six, sorry, top five, top six, sorry, all in outlap, trying to get to the start line.
Well, they're racing already. Love to
They
see
all
it.
know that it's kind of tight. If they're too slow, all of them are too slow, they can mess each other up. So they need to somehow get to the front of the queue and not be the last person out.
Keep setting up. Not that done.
This is kind of like the Monza situation, but slightly less pressure.
Give me a second, folks, while I sort some technical issues out. The game has crashed. That's what I was waiting for.
Oh, that's no worries. We'll just pretend like there's a lab going on.
Yeah, we're just on a short break. We'll be back in a second. That's going on right now.
I
But
expect, from my expectation from the practice, I think Dark Knight, Sandeep, Kanak, and Alex and SSJ will be fighting for the pole, but we have Faizan and Simply also doing really good times till now. And P2 and P3, which should be really interesting for the fight if they come in between. Faizan is known to fight very hard. Sorry.
We'll have to see if they're able to put in their laps as they want it. Yeah, with
the
all of
final
them
lap
so
is all that
close.
counts.
That is
The
very
final
true.
lap is all that counts, yeah.
Just about joining the session. I don't miss too much. Who's your prediction? What's your prediction
I
for
think
pole?
if I had to predict someone, it would be Dark Knight or Kanak. That would be one of my two. Kanak might be a slightly odd one out because he doesn't do F1 a lot, but I just have this feeling that he might. So these two might be my predictions. I think my dark horse will be Faizan for the race. I think he'll end up doing really well.
It's a prediction.
So
It's
let's
a
see
bold
what
prediction.
bold predictions, but that's what we're here for.
Indeed.
With Pre and ABD starting last, that should also be very interesting for the race because Pre will have to go through the entire field to defend the World Constructors Championship, which would help his teammate get on the Hall of Fame as well. Else we will see. We'll have to wait if Dark Knight can get on it or not. Dark Knight and who the teammate is SSJ Assassin. I'm not sure if they're already on there, couple. Do you know that? Hall of Fame?
I am not. They're already in the quali results. Looks like
Oh
I've
yeah,
missed
they
the
are.
boat.
They're already there. From last season. Dark Knight is already there. I don't know about SSJ Assassin, but it would be cool for him to also get there. I'm sure he wants to get there as well.
I don't think I lost that much time, but apparently I did. I did.
The infamous F125 servers being quick. Love that.
Rapid. Absolutely. So I think
Who
it'll
do you
be.
expect to be winning the Constructors Championship today, couple?
I think it's gonna go the same way it is right now. I don't think there's gonna be a change. I think
I'm
they're gonna
gonna
be
bet on the other
close.
one.
I just have a feeling that they're gonna be close, but gonna miss out marginally. They'll be kicking themselves in the end. We'll see. It's all to play for.
Yep. I'll just be the opposite side of your prediction, which will be Aston Martin can and will win the championship. I have a feeling that Dark Knight would have practiced a lot. His teammate SSJ Assassin would have practiced a lot to try and get that gap down, which would be
Well, from the looks of it, Dark Knight did pip out at the rest of them with P1. Aidan is in P2, simply in P3. So the top four remained. They didn't really have any changes. Sandeep in P5, Ritesh stayed in P6. Vivek put up to P7, SJ Assassin in P8, Tane in P9. So there wasn't really much of a change in the last sequence of runs. I think
yep.
they remained right in step. SJ looking to go on hards. That should be interesting. But yeah.
For this
Both.
race, it's a simple one stop, which will be a medium to hard or hard to medium. But the tire wear in the circuit is absolutely brutal. Like the time loss you get is absurd. So it'll be very interesting if someone tries the two stop here, which could work out.
Yeah, that's what this game is a little more taxing. If you get your pressures right, there may be a chance, but then you're kind of losing out a grip. It's a very fine line, and especially on tracks like this, you gotta pay the price if you get it a single click wrong. Here's the formation lap for the last time around. Let's see what
As we
folks
already
have
get an
it.
overtake from Alex.
Just to show everyone who is boss.
And see the tires?
Just a sec. Mediums
Not
except.
everyone on mediums except SSG Assassin. It's only one person on the alternate strategy, which is mostly the popular thing in this game, to go on the worst tire first and then take the hards at the end. The mediums tie out in about 5-6 laps in this circuit, which is horrible. Like after the first 6 laps, it's basically just driving around till you waiting for your pit stop. So the undercut will be a really good tool if someone is confident they can take the hards to the end from early stage. That would be a good thing to look out for, because the DRS trains are long in this circuit, and also the mediums are very bad at the end of the stints.
Yep. Just one stop. The game always showing way more than it needs to. But Free being the champion already is gonna take a bit of a back step today. But I think he's just gonna enjoy. I definitely feel he's got that race sense. He's doing the typical walk of a champion start last to first and see how far you go. Uh,
Yeah, it'll be very interesting if how far he gets at turn one itself, because overtaking here is absolutely really hard. It's really hard. So if he gets stuck in traffic, it's going to be very hard to catch up with the DRS trains and make the overtakes again. So he needs to make up positions early so that he does not have to struggle later.
yeah.
As you see everyone line up on the thread.
Maxim, why don't you take it away with the race start?
Yeah, sure. So we see someone, I think Kanak over already missed his thread spot, but that's okay. The game just puts you a little bit behind. So as we see this race start, it's for the final time in this season. It's 5 lights and it's away we go. So we see everyone get. Oh, Alpine did not start, but Dark Knight keeps the first position. 5s are into P2. Kind of getting pushed a bit wide, but he's keeping it in P6, which is good. As the the McLaren goes side by side there. Sandeep going down the inside. Did he make it stick though with the slipstream in the next straight? Ritesh is ahead of Kanak right now, and they're going down the main straight, back straight, sorry. And simply, will he send it down the inside with the slipstream? Kanak making up another spot, simply making up one spot, going side by side in that corner. As the McLaren gets squeezed over there, and he's now under threat from Ritesh. Sandeep, oh, Dark Knight and Faizan fighting. Faizan gets the lead.
That is an insane start.
My dark prediction coming out true. Dark Knight will want to get past him fast to be able to break the train from everyone. Right now, they have a chance. They're 1.2 seconds ahead of 1.4 seconds ahead of Sandeep, which will be amazing for these two to be able to pull away early.
Yep. It's all to
A
play
lot
for
of
here.
a lot of version changes we saw in the first lap. Amazing stuff.
Indeed. Alex is DNF'd. That's a terrible shame. Not happen, but condolences to
I
him.
think his game just kind of crashed or something, because we didn't see him start as well. Very unfortunate for him. But right now, Pre is up to P7, interestingly, from P13. Already ahead of his teammate Midas, which will help both of them now.
Yep.
And the DRS train has been relinked. We had a 1.4-second gap, but now Faizan is under pressure from Dark Knight, who's threatening to go down the inside, but he'll wait. He should wait till the next straight and go there.
Well, it is a strategic game right now, but Dark Knight does not look to want to wait around, heat up his tires, get some excessive wear. He wants to make that move now. But the Faisal really deploying that ERS, making sure that he is sticking in front. How long will he be able to keep it? We'll have to wait and watch. But as of right now, still keeps going.
Ideally, Faizan and Dark Knight should work together to try and keep P1 and P2, but I don't think either of them will be in that mood right now. Both of them
Yep.
knowing both of them race very hard with other people as well, so they do not want to give a position right now, which might help Sandeep a bit because they'll run out of battery. You see Sandeep with the fastest lap right now. It's only lap 3, but still.
On board, the champion moved up into P7 in the first lap itself, and now there's a DRS train all the way from P1 to P7, so they're all stuck to each other. Now who's gonna break off first? Looks like Dark Knight is trying his best, not able to yet. He's definitely deploying this
Yeah,
time
he's
around.
deploying. He wants to go. He wants to really go. And he's past Faizan finally. The interest. Oh, he
There-
goes wide. He goes wide over there. Faizan has a chance. He has a bad exit, Faizan. And now Sandeep is also part of the fight if he wants to deploy right now. They both go side by side. And Faizan is back in the lead. And Sandeep also. Sandeep going side by side, but he could not stick it on the outside. He's
Well,
just waiting for these two to kind of fight it out, and then they can overtake. He has pressure from Simple Whitey behind him. Kanak losing the DRS for a bit. Three putting pressure on him. Ritesh, he has already overtaken. Three is already P6. I think Faizan and Dark Knight really need to work together, but they're not. They're just adamant on being the person in P1. They're not wanting to swap well. So it's going really well for Sandeep and everyone behind them because they're able to save their ERS, they're able to save their tires. It's exactly
that's
what we saw in the last round as well with Aradhya not able to save his tires. Oh no!
oh, there's
As we
contact.
see,
That's before Dark Knight has
Dark Knight, Dark Knight does
come
not have
out
damage, but
worse.
the McLaren of Simple Whitey has damage now. Oh,
That's a
that's Sandeep has damage, I think.
Sandeep has damage,
Oh
and now
no!
Dark Knight is defending, kind of going around the outside, thinking about it, the side by
Oh,
side.
and does he stick it? He sticks it, going sideways through the three, also coming, looking to get through. And he almost, oh, Kanak is now behind Pri. Pri will want to send it on Dark Knight right now, but he knows they're all flustered. He needs to bide his time. He needs to be careful with this. As he's deploying, we can see there with the green light, but he does not get to overtake.
It's all kicking up here, just 4 laps in.
The big winner is Faizan with a 2-second gap. If he can keep it up, he can win this race. He just has to maintain that gap right now.
Dark Knight will be super aggressive right now. He's got nothing to lose. He has to make that position on Sandeep. It's it's high time, or else he's gonna lose track of Faizan, who's just driving away as we speak. And his competition is right behind him, so this is not
And
looking good.
Sandeep is about to lose the DRS. Simply White, he must keep him in the DRS or else he will be overtaken by Dark Knight. As
Yep.
he gets it, thankfully. Thankfully for Sandeep, he gets it. But Sandeep's race is going to be uphill battle from now because of that front wing damage. We know how bad it can be in F1 25 to have front wing damage, especially in a track that is so front end limited. These V12s sound amazing, couples.
Yes,
Faizan is
usually
now
yes.
eked out the gap to 2.3 seconds. As I said before, nobody wants to work together right now. Everyone is out for blood. And that the only person benefiting is Faizan right now. Everyone else is suffering with tire wear, with less battery.
He is looking super feisty right now, going almost round the outside, down the inside. He's looking at all avenues to make the move. It's really fun to watch him have this relaxed Sunday drive, if you will, but super competitive nonetheless. We got contact. That's a spun, I believe. Ritesh. No, that would be Mohan. Yeah, okay. Back into the action. Kanak now back into
At
the
the front,
mix.
Sandeep has also created a bottleneck because of the front wing damage, and that's now making Simply Whitey also catch up to Faizan.
Mm-hmm. Will pre-make the move. It looks to be really close.
He's deploying, and will he send it? Oh, Dark Knight covers it off at the last moment as Pre thinks better of it and gets a better exit, tries to get a better exit. Kanak
And
is
behind.
just looming behind him. He does not want Pre to feel comfortable at all, staying in this position. And Dark Knight lets Pre go. They're not
That's
defending the inside.
an absurd move from Dark Knight, if you ask me. And how that came to be, but that's the competition just gonna be walking away.
Yep, they need many more points than the Red Bulls.
Well, out in front, Faisal leads the race, but the gap has come down.
Couple, by the way, we cannot hear this game audio and
Yeah,
stream. So if
there's too much going on. I can't figure that
yeah,
out
fair.
right now. You'll have to
Yeah,
ignore.
that's fine. That's fine. Okay. But Simply Whitey has caught up to five suns. Sandeep is still holding up the entire pack. Entire pack being three cars, but that's a lot of them right now. Four cars who want to fight for the win, but being held up by Sandeep with the front wing damage. But kind of getting a good exit out of there. He probably wants to deploy and try and get past Dark Knight right now. Who's definitely not happy right now with the way the race is going. Kind of getting the
Oh, I see
slipstream.
something here. In front, the gap has come down to half a second. Simply has got in. He's got good amount of ERS. Will he deploy? Doesn't look like it this time around. So we'll keep an eye on that. Behind, you've got this.
Going for that move, maybe. Or on the outside, Pri is going. And he's gone. Sandeep is finally letting people go, I guess. Maybe not willingly, but with the front wing damage, he has to fight as hard as possible. Maybe Pri's DRS would help him out right now.
Bree from the back of the field now in P3. Just domination. That's how the cookie crumbles so far. Oh,
And
5,000
fives
straight.
and pits. He's going for the two stop, I think. There's no way someone makes it for a one stop from here. If everyone else is going for a one stop, that might be him out of contention.
Might be
It
banking on
all
the late
depends.
safety car. We'll have to wait and watch. But three cars, Ritesh, Fidus, and Faizan, have all pitted. We'll have
Yep.
to wait and watch how that comes to be. This is
So
prime time for Faizan right now. Push, push, push. Quali lap after quali lap. There is no more stopping for you. Unless you're going on a one stop, which I don't know how you would make it at work. But yeah.
that's quite unlikely. But if he pushes hard enough, if he can make a gap wide enough between him and the leaders when they pit, he can maybe make it work. There's still 21 laps to go. That's a lot of time to make up time, especially with the leaders now struggling with the tire wear.
Oh, you've got
Dark
Dark
Knight
Knight and
goes down the
Sandeep.
inside. What a move! As Sandeep has the understeer and keeps it. He keeps it alongside. He's sticking it in the inside, and he defends. Dark Knight must be fuming right now. He wants to get past and fight for the lead.
Yeah, it was mighty defense to stick it around the outside. Sandeep simply not giving up there. And the battle continues. And now Kanak is super, super close to these two, too.
And even
And
SSG
he's
Assassin is coming into the picture. He is on his hards and he's getting faster as these guys get slower.
yeah,
So he
backup
has to be looked
is
out
here.
for.
Oh man, you wait
There's a
and you wait.
lot of battles going on.
Yep, we love to see it. And out in front, the gap has diminished to just over a second right now. Pre has just about cleared up everybody else, but simply YT. That's what he's doing. But the net race leader is still Faizan. He is in P7, got fresh air, so we're going to make the most of that while the rest of the squabble in traffic. Let's see how that pans out.
Sandeep still holding out with the damage on his front wing. That's amazing defense from him.
I really don't think he's got that much damage. Like
No, but
that
like,
pace,
yeah, the pace is
just
too good.
just is too good to be true. We saw her wings chipped off, but I think it must have been a visual illusion. It looks to be still in prime form. And Simply
Oh,
Whitey
and
goes into the
Simply Mighty
pits.
Pits. So that will be interesting where he comes out in relative to Faizan right now, who is catching up to SSG Assassin at a rapid pace. He's got up 2.5 seconds in the last lap. I was looking at the gap. He's catching up to so fast. Or maybe that's the gap to Simply Whitey, but I think not.
Yeah, let's see. Faizan is coming out of the pits right now. He is already through into turn one.
And
Where will Simply come out? No, I've got the camera wrong.
I
He's
think we
coming out of
lost
the
him.
pits.
We lost him. He's very far behind. Faizan has created a huge gap.
A huge gap. I don't know if that was bad pit stop for Simply, but one lap difference, and that's
No, I think
five
that's 2 laps.
seconds.
That's 2 laps and 5 seconds,
Two
2.5
laps.
seconds per lap. That's a lot of time
Insane.
he's gained right now. These people have to look out as well because they'll come out even further behind. Faizan may make the two-stop work if he keeps on pushing like this. If
And
he's doing
Kanak
a
has
two-stop, that is.
gone through. Dark Knight moves down into P4. It's going backwards for Aston Martin here. That's Kanak, one of the top runners in LMU, now kind of slicing his way through this pack two, moving up into P3. Pre takes the, well, he is the new race leader, not the net race leader. That's still Faizan in P6, and he has nearly come up to the back of Sir SSG Assassin. And this will be interesting. How will he kind of put a spanner in the works and create a blocker? Because SSG still has a few. No, I say that, but he's still
Oh,
just
he
lapped
pitted.
right now.
Did his pit? He has hard tires, so he's also going for a two-stop basically. He'll go for another hards and then one set of mediums at some point. Yep, SSG is clearly going for a two-stop.
Oh, that's a
Oh,
late
Askana
break.
plays too late and he's now under pressure from Dark Knight.
Oh, that's a
He's,
spinning racing
is
bull.
that Mohan?
Mohan.
That's Mohan,
Yes.
yeah.
Suraj Assassin out of the pits. Still ahead of Ritesh. So it's a perfectly executed. Oh no, he's behind Ritesh, just ahead of Tane. So that's good. I think he's made a position there, or just about held his position. That's important
So you
because that
might
would
see
be.
that even SSJ is on a two-stop, Fivezan is on a two-stop, Simply Whitey might be on a two-stop, but the top four definitely are not. They've already gone till lap 11. They do not want to make that a stop.
Yep.
Pri is just flexing his arms, his muscles there. It's like 3-4 seconds gap between him and Sandeep. Sandeep is helping him out a lot by just holding everyone up.
He's absolutely checked out there, and from the looks of things, he might be a real threat to Faizan in maybe towards the end of the race. He will come out. Oh, correct, going right there.
As both of
Um,
them go wide, Sandeep and
Perfect
Kanak.
pits. Being the first of the blinkers for the one stop, but and how he comes out, where he comes
Oh,
out
he
is
is
important.
very far behind from Faizan. Very far behind.
Well, it's going
I
to
think
be a
it's
long
almost
race for him.
wow. That's a About a 14-second, 15-second gap. Fivesan is almost a pit stop ahead at this point, so he might actually make the two-stop work because he will have fresher tires for the entire race. As we have a yellow flag in sector 2. That was one of the racing bulls spinning again, I think.
Well, it's a bit of silence on track. Saraswati Assassin quickly coming to the back of Ritesh, picking up for pitting that much later. But as it stands, he will be on the back of Ritesh in just a
And
moment's
Dark
time.
Knight is right behind Midas by the both of them fighting for the championship in the constructors part. That'll be very interesting if Midas tries to hold back Dark Knight. Dark Knight has not had a good night till now. Will he be able to make this move stick? As he's
Well,
patient. That's smart.
the
He's being
instruction is
patient.
clear. We have a
Yeah.
Perez situation going on here. Midas doing his touch on the constructor battle. He's lost a chunk of time in this sector alone, I'm sure. You can
And
see him
he's
basically
holding him up.
pushing his way through, but there's nothing to it. Midas is still sticking to it. Pre has pit.
Kanak and Pri are also pitted. Where will they come out? Pri has come out ahead, obviously. 5 seconds ahead. Dark Knight tried to undercut and has lost time to Pri instead of gaining time to Pri. That is massive. Midas just helped out Pri by a lot by holding up Dark Knight, whose plan has
Yeah,
not worked out to undercut Pri.
that is definitely curtains for Dark Knight at this point in time if something else drastically changes. But yeah, do remember that other than Pre, Faizan and Simply YT have another stop to go.
Fivesan has to use his newer tires to the advantage because right now the 8.5 second gap is just not enough. He needs a bigger gap. He needs it. As Sandeep going so long in his first stint, he's waiting for a safety car, maybe hoping that something happens on track, but I don't think it will.
Setting his second stint up beautifully with those sailing tires, but you can see he's losing hand over fist time on Faizan. It may not work out doing that extra lap, but
He's doing
definitely
one more
pull.
extra lap. He's doing
Oh
one more
my!
extra lap. Is he
I
going
think
for the medium
he,
soft or is he just waiting for a safety car to save his race?
or he might just be looking to throw a spanner in the works of the constructor championship. I don't know. Like you have Faizan and Simply YT is gonna catch up, and maybe just gonna create a
Oh,
train.
and simply overtakes Fivesan.
It's a quick move that came from nowhere. Now will Faizan respond? Does he have the ERS? Kind of.
Oh, and he does not get the exit he wanted. He needed to get a way better exit, but he does not.
It's a
Good thing is
fading
that
push.
this gives Saizan the he's around the outside. Will he stick it? No.
Simply is through. Faizan will be kicking himself there. He had that lead, but those two lap fresher tires on Simply's car is that made it such a simple overtake in the end.
As soon as his share also overtakes Midas finally. So they're through. Red
Sandeep
Bulls.
Marido is in the pits after 14 laps on those medium tires, absolutely cooking them. He is in. Oh, will he come out in front of Ritesh? Or SSG Assassin will have to wait and watch. Put on those mediums for the rest of the Grand Prix. Dark Knight comes out ahead. So SSG Assassin as well. So Sandeep is. Yeah, he's got a lot to catch up on. So it
But the
might
fresher
come.
tires should help him out. He has about 2 or 3 laps fresher tires in everyone, which do count for a lot in Abu Dhabi with the high tire wear.
Well, let's see how good it is. He's come out behind both Ritesh and Kanak, who are just in touching distance, and he's got that supreme grip. Will he be able to make those moves hard and fast? We'll have to wait and watch. He's deploying,
He's
he's
already in
deploying,
the back of Kanak. And he goes from
and
the
he
inside.
breezes past him without. a care in the world. So, now watch out for Sandeep, ladies and gentlemen. He's on a charge. You know, I think at the end of this sector, he's going to bring that gap down to nothing. It's 7.5 tenths now. Let's see how quickly he bring down 7 lap old tires on Ritesh. He's going to be pitting soon in the next couple of laps. How that will pan out, but you can see how much later Sandeep is able to break from 7 tenths is down to 5 tenths to it's with the day 30 here as well. Absolutely nothing is slowing down Sandeep right now.
And now he has two cars in front of him and he needs to get past them quick because his tires will fade away, the advantage will fade away. This is the perfect time to push and close up to the guys ahead. He's caught them up in sector 3, which is bad, but he's already in sector 1, which now should give him the opportunity to make at least 1 or 2 moves here. Oh,
Oh, somebody smashed into the polystyrene board. That would be
Midas not
Midas.
having a very good time there. Yeah.
No, Midas is trying to create distractions, I guess, on the cars behind. But that is not doing anything on Sandeep as he breezes past. Again, will he get a double overtake? No, thinks about it. Thinks about it. Oh, that's a very late
Wall
break.
taken
He's
out.
missed out.
And Kanak will have the move, and Sandeep also gets past.
The double
Overtakes
overtake
in the
there.
same straight. Kanak also gets the move done. Sandeep doing exactly what is needed of him right now to not waste any time on his new tires.
And yeah,
The gap between him
onwards.
and the podium is about 4 seconds because Simply and Faizan had to have to pit. So he is in a prime position right now to get a podium if he just keeps pushing and gets SSG Assassin as well, who does have a penalty.
And as it stands,
Oh,
Kanak is now. Yeah,
pressuring Midas into making the mistake. He does not want to make a move here because he wants a DRS. Breaks early, gets the better exit, tries as Ritesh puts pressure on him from behind to not slow down too much. Kanak just
there's double
breezing
pressure
past.
coming our way. I think Ritesh might be in the hot seat to look at all of this action going on. It's an easy overtake for Kanak. That's Ritesh lining himself up now. He should be able to make this move as well.
Midas does have DRS, so it will be very hard to get that done because in this game you can basically dump your battery in the straights and you'll have no advantage. The slipstream is non-existent.
That extra lap
Unfortunately,
behind. Yeah, go ahead.
no, unfortunately for Ritesh, he got left behind while Kanak went ahead of Midas. So now he has to wait 1 more lap and try and get past.
Yes, he does. And the reality for Kanak in all of this is that having that one extra lap in Midas, and he's now 2 seconds behind Sandeep. And Sandeep has got that extra pace too.
Oh, and
But
he goes wide. He needs to be careful of that penalty.
switching to the action up ahead, Pre has demolished that gap and now takes the move to move. Sorry, makes the move to jump into
Wait,
P2.
I
I
think he's
have
not yet. He's done. Sorry. I thought they were still
yeah,
side by side, but
nearly, but Pre has well done everything right there. 3 seconds is the gap, and he's got no competition in sight. Simply will have to pit unless he does something diabolical, even though he will not have that extra pace. It's too quick. But yeah, Faizan has a good buffer at least for P3. That's good for him. Dark Knight unable to make any inroads. His teammate in P5 just giving him some steady support. Something for Edo now with those fresh tires. Gonna be making some moves in a couple of laps time, rapidly reducing.
The
Bit of a
Fives and
hiatus.
finally pits. Fives and finally pits for a second stop. So he's now out of the race contention. Race win contention unless he makes up an absurd amount of time in these 10 laps, which can happen with the older tires. It's you lose a lot more time. So he can technically do it, but he will have to be very consistent. Simply Whitey also will have to pit soon. So we see
Well, that's
Fives and right on the back of Kanak right now. As Kanak locks up.
should be easy work. Good
Fives are
amount of
not gaining on
deployment.
the straight at all. Barely gaining. He'll have to lunge here. And he does. He goes down the inside. Kanak not defending too hard. He goes down the inside. But Kanak getting the better exit maybe? Maybe that's not.
And even if he did, the delta there, he just have a fantastic exit. He's thinking about it just to cause some sweaty fingers on Faizan, but nothing happened. No, we've got a spun car up ahead. Is that Tane? No, that's simply YT. No, he's gone into the
No,
pits.
Simply Whitey has gone into the pits and he has a penalty for cutting the pit lane entry. Oh, and clicking side by side.
There's more and Tane
Tanin.
in the back of the field.
Oh,
That was
it's
a
AIF finish.
yeah.
Unfortunately.
Simply is going to come out. Where is the question relative to Sandeep and Faizan? Sandeep moves ahead. Uh, got a bit of a
He's about to
dead
come out
gap.
behind Kanak, I think. Right behind Kanak. Oh, in front of Kanak. That's good for him. He's right behind Faizan, which now puts both of these in one single team to make their way through the field. They need to not fight each other. That's essential for them.
Yeah, but 9
Faizan
laps
about
to
to
go.
catch up to Sandeep.
With 9 laps to go and over 17 seconds to make up. It's a hard ask for Faizan and Simply. Please just checked out. Yeah, I think this race is done and dusted.
Yeah, but at
Absolutely.
least they can fight for P2 right now. P2 is not that far ahead with only 5-6 seconds of a gap. Dark Knight is in trouble.
Indeed,
Kanak,
he
the good
is.
thing for Kanak is that he is also in the DRS of these guys, so he can, if he can stick here, he can also make the same moves if he can just follow him through the field. He can take advantage of this. He just has to play it smart, try and keep up with them, which right now it's not looking like he's able to with his tires. As Dark Knight pits, what just happened there?
9 lap old. Head fresh boots.
Well, more excitement for us.
That only leaves Faizan with one ailing driver. 10 lap old tires. Should be easy work.
Should be easy
Tip.
for Faizan to get SSG Assassin for now because of the tire age gap. As Sandeep is back. Oh, yeah. They both overtook. Oh, and they
Faizan and
both
Simply have
crash.
contact. Sandeep going around the outside, getting pushed off the track and almost into the barrier. That was super close. Still at it. Sandeep has no ERS left, but he is pushing. That is life depends on it. But Faizan just about stays ahead. That was a lot of contention there. But yeah, Simply Whitey the big gainer there. P4 now for Faizan. He's going to stick with him. There's only one lap between their tire ages. And yeah, Faizan's looking good here.
Battle for P2 will most likely be between Faizan and Simply Whitey because of the tire gap. Sandeep might also be part of it, considering he has only a 4 lap gap between his tires and of Faizan and Simply, so that could be he could be part of it. So as they all form another train. Lovely, we love them. They are strength.
See it.
As Simply Whitey all takes the gap from Faizan, the 1 second window for the DRS.
It's been a bit of an underwhelming race for Aston Martin. Um, looking quite racy. Got P1, but just incident after incident at the traffic and just the sheer aggression from the rest of the drivers. Dark Knight is unable to make much out of it. That being said, Simply Whitey back in the bank in P2, kind of gapping Faizan as it stands. P4 is Sandeep, the 7 lap old tires, and he's being hunted by Kanak, who's got even more of a disadvantage in terms of his tire health. I think these guys are committed now to go to the end. We'll have to wait and watch. But Kanak having that supreme pace as at this point in time.
As Simply Whitey gets the fastest lap of the race, which I think will be beaten soon by Dark Knight if he's pushing. And he needs to create a gap of at least 3 seconds because of the penalty he has over Fivesan. So Fivesan just needs to stick it within 3 seconds, which should be not that difficult considering 6 laps to go, but the gap is already up to 2.3.
Yeah, Simply definitely looks to be on form right now. Um, uh, Going a 10th sector at this point in time, so it's not looking too good for Faizan if you ask me. We will wait and watch how that transpires. Kanak now all over the back of Sandeep Maridu. Will he make the move this time around? He's got the ERS to go. There's a bit of overtake there. No, not too much. Oh yeah, he is depleting. He
He
is
is,
depleting.
and he is. Sandeep is out of battery. We can see over there saving. Both of them are saving now because of the all that battling. Now they're out. Kanak gets past finally around the inside.
Yeah, and all of this now Kanak is in P4. 2 seconds is the gap. You can see Faizan right there in the back of the front of the shot. But looks like the gap is increasing very quickly because look at the difference in age of those tires. So Kanak is kind of happy to be in P4 now for the rest of the race. Unless Dark Knight or
Same
SSJ
here.
has something to say.
Oh, right. We forgot about them. Dark Knight is only 7.2 behind Sandeep, which, considering the age of his tires right now, he needs to basically just push and try and make use of the old tires of the guys in front. These people will just get slower and Dark Knight will just get faster right now as the race goes on.
Indeed, well, at least the story remains unchanged for the WDC. He's having a Sunday drive right now on a Saturday night. It's easy pickings for him. Just the pace, just the right strategy. Though he started out in the back of the field, the gap is absolutely atrocious between the
As
pair of
Kanak
them.
and Sandeep are going side by side over there, as Kanak keeps the position from Sandeep. Sandeep almost getting him. He has the advantage of the fresher tires, but also has front wing damage. So this is basically equalized right now.
Indeed, yeah, at least we have some action on track. Looks like the rest of them have sorted themselves out. Faizan simply not able to match the pace of Simply Whitey. The gap well over 3 seconds right now, and simply doesn't look to be in a position where he's made any mistakes at this circuit.
Dark Knight is just not catching them fast enough. He's only caught up about 1.5 seconds in the last lap when he needs to be doing about 3 seconds per lap to really be making a dent on this race. As Sandeep has
Yeah,
DRS on Kanak right now. He could be
the
go for
Aston
a
Martin.
move, but he's not. He might be looking for the next straight as Kanak has a slight lockup over there. I think he's close enough to make a move and Kanak defends the inside and Sandeep was looking down the inside, but he blocked him and he goes around the outside just before the corner. He got past and now it's warped. And we have to see if Kana can keep up and if this helps Dark Knight. But Kana seems to have the pace to be able to keep up with Sandeep right now to be able to get him back on the next straight.
Oh
Sandeep
man.
goes very wide, extremely wide, and Kanak also has a moment.
Well, if they take a moment to reassess themselves and get some years back on the board, it might change again because they have very similar pace at this point in time and throughout the race. So with 3 laps to go, I think
Dark Knight has
this.
caught up pretty well last lap. He's now 4 seconds behind. He caught up about 2 seconds. That's more like it. That's about what he needs to be able to get past these guys at least to get a P4 at the very least. So he's also trying to push as hard as possible as Kanak has DRS, but he's not looking to make a move on the first straight.
Yeah, because it's about the waiting game. We don't want to be
Yep.
jumping into it too fast, too hot. I think we've intentionally been picking this as their overtaking spot throughout the race, but this time around, kind of not doing too much, sticking close but not too close, knowing that he can save a little bit more and then have a proper go at it next time around because the gap is there. He's got that gap, he's got the pace, even though he's got 2 lap older tires, there's nothing in between these two. And surprisingly, they are able to more or less maintain the pace with Dark Knight. And this is in the third sector where the gap significantly drops. It was 4 seconds going into the start of sector 3, so actually with the DRS, you're kind of using each other for it. The gap barely came down a second the last time.
Yeah, he needs way more than that. But Kanak and Sandeep being smart about it, not fighting each other tooth and nail, because they know if they do, they both lose a position.
So
But again,
indeed,
he has DRS. How much can we see Sandeep's battery once?
uh,
Sandeep also has enough, say, the same battery as Kanak right now.
what a bad exit for Kanak. And now he's going to deploy just to stay in it.
That's going to hurt him because he just spent the last lap trying to recover all that battery, and now just because of one turn, he has to undo all that work. And right behind them, Dark Knight is catching up. So they both need their batteries right now. Not to fight each other, but to fight Dark Knight.
This is where he makes up all that time. 2.5 seconds is the gap, and now corner on a corner. Look at the time, reduce 2.2, 2.1. You've got a spun ABD in the end of the second straight. And I accept that the gap has reduced now to 1.9. There's only 2 laps to go. So
And Kanak
Dark
has
Knight did
also
not
reduced the gap to 4 tenths, almost 3 tenths now. They need to keep swapping and just try and keep him out of the DRS for one more lap.
but he's got a very good reserve right now. Looking at the numbers, Sandeep with
Both
60
of them are
and
saved up.
Kanak with 80%.
And
How is he?
he's deploying finally. He wants to be ahead when Dark Knight catches up. He does not want to be the car behind. Both are
Now
deploying their
is
entire batteries.
the do or die moment with the deployment, with the exit. The gap is at 6 tenths. Is Sandeep? Sandeep is deploying too, and so has Kanak. They have reduced it to around 20%, 20 and 30% respectively. The gap is super low, but they're not able to make any change. So the fantastic defense from Sandeep going into the last lap.
And
Having said that, Pre is already in the last lap, kind of having a dominant performance through and through this season. This is his triumphant moment, a perfect celebration, a perfect end to the season. Sorry, last, we didn't even do quali because he didn't feel like it. And now just taking the victory by over 10 seconds. That's absolute domination there. Simply
He's winning the
YT,
championship by over 40 points, which is absolutely amazing. What a season from him. And we see that Dark Knight has caught up finally to these two people. Will he be able to make a move though?
well,
He's
this is
slowing down the
crunch time. Take it away, Oxygen. Last lap
yeah, and
battles.
he's deploying all the battery, but both of them also saved it up. And he also has DRS. Can he send it down the inside? He has to do a send. He cannot wait for another corner. He does not have any more corners left to send it at. And they go down the last straight. They both now will have to go side by side, leaving the door open for Dark Knight if they make a mistake. They have to be flawless in this. Sandeep also does not want to give the position, but he has to, considering there's Dark Knight right behind, just looking down their inside. And Kanak has kept it, and he goes wide, and they crash, and they clash.
It's pandemonium here.
There's
You've got wings flying in every direction. Pre wins the Grand Prix, but the action is not over yet. So much action going into the last sequence of corners. Kanak breaking in an odd angle, missing his braking, but at the end of the day, with all of this set, P4 goes to Sandeep Maridu, P5 is Kanak, and P6 is Dark Knight. Now,
I think we're
will the
going to
stewards
have
have anything to
some.
say?
Yeah,
We will have to, yeah, wait and watch.
stewards will be pretty busy with that one. But yes, dominant performance from Pri, absolutely dominant. Simply and Fives are doing amazing for the two-stop to work out. Pri was just unstoppable today. Nobody could do anything to match his pace to try and keep him behind. It was inevitable that he wins the race. Absolutely flawless performance coming from the last place as Sandeep gets P4, Kanak gets P5, and Daki, who fought hard but unfortunately only finished P6 this race. What a
And
battle from them for P4.
indeed, indeed, lovely to complete the entire season. And yeah, Pre did all the hard work. He takes his victory dance in all its glory to also seal the WCC. It's just Pre all around there. I love to see it. And yeah, there's your result for the final time this time around.
So
It's,
one more
it's a,
interesting thing, Daki finally gets P2 in the championship due to this. From what I understand, Dark Knight gets P2 in the championship, which is a pretty good thing. Finally, like Radhe Gupta pulls off the Oscar Piastri.
congratulations all around.
And congratulations to also Red Bull for winning the constructors, from what I understood. Yeah, Red Bull have sealed the constructors, also pre-carrying them. But Midas also this race, we saw how vital of a role he played by holding people up.
Indeed,
We have the podium
that's
finishers here.
love to see it. Yes. Alrighty, let's jump into the next sequence, which is hello, folks, and welcome to what is the interview of the last round of the season. Think with me we have the likes of Dark Knight. No, I have got a lot of. Where am
There's Pre and Simply Whitey till now. Five Sun is not in the VC, but we can start with Simply Whitey.
I? Okay. WYT, second
Faizan,
time. Faison's here. Yeah, we'll come to him in a second. But second time around, second podium, I was
yeah,
feeling to kind of show the rest of us that you've been out, but you're definitely not out of the game.
Yeah, feels amazing, Kapil. I mean, considering the fact this is just my second race on F1 25, especially around Abu Dhabi, which is one of my weakest tracks. Honestly, it's not it's not a bad feeling at all. And of course, I mean, I realistically had no pace. It was just all my strategy at the end of it. But yeah, it was fun battling with Faizan throughout.
We are talking through the strategy where to be a very similar, at least 2 laps difference between the two of you. Um, were there any risks at any point saying that you might be in traffic or did not have the pace against Faizan? Was there any doubt?
No doubts. I don't think I won't have pace against Faizan ever. Uh, I think I was in a pretty good spot. I knew Faizan was going quite aggressive with the strategy since he pitted on lap 7 as opposed to lap 9. And so I knew that I expected it would be hard to catch him, which he clearly made it quite hard in the second stint to catch up to him. But once I overtook him, I knew that realistically the game is in my hands, and at least for P2, I mean, it's very
Were you,
difficult competing against Pri right now.
were you scared about the penalty simply?
No, not at all. I mean, I've got the penalty in Qatar as well, and I pulled the gap. So I mean, I know I can pull the gap and I can keep it there despite a penalty. So nah, penalties don't scare me.
Well, congratulations on that. And a very strong finish to this season.
Thank you.
Moving on to Faizan. Faizan, you just got a lot of shade thrown at you, but it is a podium nevertheless. Talk us through the next one.
Yeah, I just didn't have the pace today. Just had a lot of tire wear, especially on my rear right tire. So because of that, I had to pit a bit earlier than others. And yeah, I didn't have the pace again simply. So unfortunately, P3 was the best I could do, and the pace of Pre was just on next level, right? So even with one stop, he was like 16 seconds ahead. So yeah, congrats to him.
Yeah, amazing race. You came close to a lot of people, lots of battles, kept it clean. It was really good from them.
Thanks.
And yeah, moving to the master himself, Free the Verstappen Pro, taking another victory here. Free, what's the secret sauce? How do you make it happen? How do you dominate so hard on the back of the grid? 9/11 performances, walk us through how you do.
Yeah, the pace was, I mean, as it has been all season, pace was really good. Um, the first, I think, 7, 8 laps was just about trying to make my way through the field, keeping my wing intact, and just managing my tires. Where I knew I couldn't overtake, like in sector 3, I was just kind of hanging back because I knew I wanted to do a one stop, and yeah, then it was. I thought it would be quite close with obviously Faizan and simply going on a 2. But because I hadn't done any laps on the hard tires, so I had no idea how they would hold up. But they were, I mean, they were quite nice. And pace was just exactly what I wanted, just managing in sector 3 and pushing everywhere else. Uh, I mean, no major complaints. So big GGs to Faizan and simply for the podium. I mean, they drove very good races. Uh, yeah, I think it's a nice way to end the season.
Great. Oxygen, any final remarks
Yeah.
for our final podiums? Sitters?
Yeah, absolutely amazing race from you. Uh, like, did you expect to get through the field that quickly?
Uh, I I did, but not in the way that I got. I honestly thought that there would be some kind of incident or some kind of crash up ahead that would uh, help me make positions, but that didn't happen. It was just mainly just due to the overtaking. I was running on very very low downforce compared to everyone else, so that helped a lot. But yeah, it was quite a clean start, which was made it a little harder, but I think quite fun.
Yep. Congratulations on the win for the race and the championship in the constructors as well.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, we come to the end of another season of IRC. Got the prize pool all set. Pretty happily taking his earnings. Yeah, we'll be back with some more F1 in a couple of weeks' time. Right now, the hot seats with the LMU, and who knows, we might just bring a couple of more interesting events coming into the summer. It's a lively time to be here at IRC. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. As always, catch you guys in the next one.
See you.